Have you ever wanted to partner with Navigator 9 Podcast and feature your brand on our episode? Make sure to send us an email at navigator9podcast@gmail.com and let's partner together. We have different tiers that can help you become successful. Make sure to hit us up and we'll catch you in the email. On to the episode. Hello, everybody. It's Annika LaQuette here, the host and creator of Navigator 9 Podcast. And if you are new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so that you will not miss any of our episodes that comes out every single week on Mondays at 11 o'clock a.m., Eastern Standard Time, and 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. And you also can follow us on all of our social medias and visit our website at navigator9.net. Okay, so y'all, I'm so excited to have this person on with me today. I have Aaron. Hey, Aaron.
What's going on?
How are you?
Doing good. Blessed to be alive, blessed to be able to work, blessed to be able to film, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I love that, okay? And I'm seeing you doing some good things in the film industry, okay? So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm originally from King Street, South Carolina. Born and raised, went to Manning High School, graduated from the illustrious Claflin University in Orangeburg, South Carolina with the marketing. I was a double major before they kind of mess everything up. But I was a mass comm major and a marketing major. I made my first show when I was 20. I directed it, acted in it, edited, produced it, wrote it. It was called Dying is Easy, College is Hard. And I was 20 years old when I first made that. And I also am a 3-time winner in my school's film festival as well. Post that, I went on to make a couple of shows. I'll talk more about my journey to grad school, but I'm currently an acting major as a grad student at the Savannah College of Art and Design down here in Savannah, Georgia.
Hey, look at you now. Come on now. And see, that was my major in college, okay? The illustrious, because you want to put a luxurious on a college. The illustrious Morris College, okay? Period, okay? So, yes, that was my degree as well, mass comm, but you did a double major. Wow, okay. That's cool. I like it. And I like that you said that you started doing, like, filming at 20 and creating your own movie. So, that's really cool. I love that.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. So, like you said, you are a college student, you're acting, you're directing, and you're writing. So how do you manage all those creative hats at one time?
How can I describe it? It's a process in the sense of, how do I manage it? A lot of alcohol. I'm joking. I manage it by trying to like stay on the schedule and understanding that like I want to be able to have the career, the bountiful career that I want to have. And so it takes a lot of work. Like I'm currently working on the show while also writing a short film, while also writing a feature film at the same time. And also having to like prepare like these monologues for something for my next year of college. And I just manage it by understanding that like it's okay to be boring right now. It's okay to be locked in the sense of like having my lifestyle be a little bit boring, having to stay inside, going outside and having a little bit of fun, but having to stay inside and stay focused and understanding that if I set these goals for myself, because my biggest goal is to win an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay one day. And in doing so, it's very meticulous to have to focus and prepare myself to do so. So I just stay focused and I have an understanding with myself that, hey, we have to get these things done if we want to be successful. And I've been doing this since I was 20 and now I'm 29 years old. So I'm used to it. I'm used to kind of having like all these weights on my shoulders in the sense of having to carry all these tasks in film and running my own production company. But it's worth it though.
Yeah, and I believe it. And working hard and trying to get your dream accomplished, that's going to be hard in itself. But you're doing it. So that's really good. I love that. And I saw that you was also in a play, your first play. And what is it called particularly? Because I hope I do not want to mess this up.
The Crucible.
The Crucible. Okay, because I was about to say something else. Okay. And I'm like, hold on now. I didn't want to get bashed now. But you was in that. So, like, what was, like, your mindset going through that for, like, the very first time?
Well, originally what's crazy is I did not want to do that play. I did not want to do that play at all. I I'll admit I have a fear. This is what's kept me from doing theater for a long time because I'm a film kid.
Yeah.
I've always had a fear of like messing up on stage. So, but my professor, I had Professor Prosky who directed the play. The quarter before, he told me about it. He was like, make sure you audition. I didn't go to the audition. He was like, just set me down and talked to me about like, hey, like I really believe you could do this. So I auditioned and he joked with me like, so you really don't want to do this play? So he kind of peer pressured me into like doing the Crucible. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but we had about 8 weeks to prepare for performance, and it was tough. Sometimes we would have rehearsals from like 12 to 10 p.m.
Yeah.
and it was like, wow, do I really want to do this? But I'm already here. But like, you gain a family also, and you gain a community of people who understand what you're going through. And what's crazy is everybody was shocked that it's my first play because I was doing
Wow.
so. I don't want to brag, but I killed
You
it.
got to.
I killed it. I
Yeah.
killed it. And everybody
Mm-hmm.
was so shocked, like, this is your first play? No way, this is your first play. I was like, yeah, I've only done film. And it's kind of opened me up to, get me out my comfort zone.
Right.
Because again, I'm an acting major, so I have to do these performances. So like I performed in front of people, but it's usually been a camera to where we can like cut, or if I mess up, we can like make these cuts. But I've had classes to where we perform as if it were plays. And it gets you in the element of you can do this, and it
Mm-hmm.
gives you the feeling of, yeah, like I'm really 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 good at what I do. So I know that I want to do more plays in the future, even though I want to do a lot of film. um Doing the Crucible, and especially since the way we did it, we kind of modernized it. So the Crucible is about the Salem witch trials. But our Professor Prosky, he actually like modernized it in the sense of what would it be if this happened in a Project 2025 world, like the world we live in today. And it was really, really interesting. It was really,
It
really
sounds like
interesting. I got to charge at somebody. I got handcuffed and pepper sprayed. But it was wild. but it was an experience that left me with the impression of I would love to continue to do theater.
love that. And see, with me, that's why I love the theater too. I was a theater minor in college,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been acting on and off like my whole life. Like I love all of that. I love plays, the theater. People
Yeah.
sleep on that. People sleep
Oh
on
yeah.
like classical theater, like just going to the theater, get dressed, and be like just looking in the audience and be like, oh look, everybody here, and then see a good play.
Oh
The
yeah.
last play I went to was The Color Purple in Columbia. That was good.
How
So
was it?
yeah, it was good.
Oh
Okay, very good. Who played in it? My One of my best friends played in no. My best friend played in Raising the Sun in Myrtle Beach,
yeah.
and
Mhm.
then my other good friend played in The Color Purple.
Oh,
So yes, I love plays. It's beautiful. Okay, and you did it for the first time, and wow, they was like, wow, that's your first play.
yeah.
That's how you know you did good. I
Oh
love
yeah.
that. Come on. So, quick question. Acting, directing, or writing, which one feels more like at home for you?
I would have to say writing. I started writing when I was 9 years old. Not scripts, but like mini books, like kind of like
Mhm.
short stories. I was even a rapper at one point, but we don't need to
Come
talk
on.
about. No,
Hold
we don't.
on now. What's the rap name? Hold on. What's the rap name?
Rap name was the rap name was my company name, Morris Cologne. I'll tell you a funny story about that real quick. When I was a freshman in college, I
Mhm.
actually made my own mixtape, and we actually had a party in my room, like a release party in my room, and the rap album was terrible. Like it was terrible. I'm no, if I kept rapping, I would have been working at somebody's Chipotle right now if I kept rapping. Uh, so I remember funny story when everybody left. Three of my best friends from college, who are still my best friends to this day, stayed behind and was like, "Nah, don't do this no more." And I was like, "Nah, everybody else said it was amazing." I was like, "Don't do this no more." Please,
Okay.
just stop. And thank God I went right back to my pen of writing films and scripts instead of raps. Praise God. I wanted to be the next Kendrick Lamar. Negro. Uh but I would have to say writing is the my favorite part because it's like I'm coming up with these ideas that are stuck in my head. And directing's fun. Acting is everything is fun. The only thing that's not fun is editing. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't like
no,
that. Mm-mm.
but writing is when I'm in my elements and I actually get to put, whether it's pen to paper to brainstorm or just jot down an outline, or I can open up Celtics or Google Docs and just get straight to brainstorming, like forming the script. Um, it's like a release in my brain. It's like a little bit of a dopamine hit too, because it's like, yeah, I'm getting these ideas that I've contrived. Because I literally wrote a pilot episode last week in one day for something, and it's really refreshing just to be able to have these ideas just come out of your brain and put them to like script and be like, okay, like this is dope, this is dope. Now let me go back and edit the script. Let me go back and like contrive, because I'm doing something for my thesis for next year too that I'm also currently like getting the script done for. So it's, I would have to say writing is like my favorite part.
That's good. And the writing part, see, that's interesting because you have to put like a lot of thought into it, and it takes a long time. But
Hmm.
sometimes people just write overnight. They're like, I can't
Oh, yeah.
sleep. They write a whole script of like a TV show. I have had people on a show that said they have done that before.
Hmm.
So you put your whole soul into writing. Like,
Oh yeah.
how does that process go for you?
Um, how it used to go, my writing style has changed. I used to be still, whenever I used to make shows, I used to like things in odd numbers, or
Okay.
so I would like to have like major characters. Whether when I did Melanin Home, it was three people. When I did Negro in Color, it was three main characters. I mean, when I did Black Then, it was six main. It was no, it was seven. It was seven main characters. So I always like to like contrive things in like odd numbers for main characters.
Okay.
For whatever reason. But now it's like I try to take ideas that I have that I'm influenced from, whether it's from, because my main influences when it comes to film, Spike Lee, Scorsese, Paul Thomas Anderson, Cassavetes, Ingmar Bergman, Tarslowski. So I'm watching these different creators and I'm inspired by these ideas at the Spielberg as well. These ideas that they have. And sometimes I take things from my daily life,
Mhm.
especially when I'm working on like drama.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to comedy, I'm really influenced by like shows like Abbott Elementary or The Office or Parks and Recreation or Community. So I try to really like study those shows and like put pen to paper. Um, but it's like my writing style now is so diverse and it has so much range because I try to do every single thing. I'm working on a thriller right now. I'm working on a psychological thriller called
Okay.
Alex Harmon, about this kind of influence about like this black man that lives in self isolation, but he's also like a serial killer.
Mm.
So I'm trying these new things because I've watched so many films and TV shows that have influenced me.
Yeah.
So now I'm just experimenting with like what I could work with.
Okay. I like that because that's really cool. And you
Mhm.
just think about every little detail when it comes to your film and also writing, which is a beautiful thing. I love that. Okay. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. So I recently saw like some of your stuff because I was doing some little research. Okay.
Mhm.
So you directed a short film called Nice Guy, which tackles the topics of people pleasing.
Mhm.
So what inspired that story and what message you were hoping your viewers would take away from that?
When we made Nice Guy, and I was lucky enough for them to get me as a director. um I think what I really wanted people to take away from with the film is that a lot of times for men, unfortunately, we have the red pill alpha male stuff
Mm.
that goes on where it's not healthy for men, and the suicide rates are rising for men while we're listening to this alpha male red pill BS rhetoric that does nothing to help our community, especially for black men.
Yeah.
Because I believe in the community of us where
Mhm.
the black man, woman, and child, and we need each other. So how does these things that cause division in our community, how are they healthy for us? They're not. So we're witnessing this young man who listens to like an alpha male podcast, who deals with people pleasing, who deals with being the nice guy. And I don't want to spoil the movie, but he ends up finding someone um, who actually tells him like, "Hey, like this is your heart, this is your truth. You have to protect yourself, of course, but also understand that you have a voice to be able to vent your frustrations in a healthy, safe space."
Right.
Um, and I really want that film for people to understand that yes, like you can, sure, you can listen to certain things or whatever, but understand what you're listening to and understand how it warps your brain into thinking about your self-worth and your self-discipline and how you feel about yourself. Because a lot of times, and I've dealt with this as well. A lot of black men deal with questioning their self-worth or their self-acceptance or their existence as human beings, wondering who they are, because sometimes we feel lost. Sometimes we don't feel like we don't know where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I feel like the whole thing with masculinity is that we have to provide safe spaces for each other. We have to be able to vent and be vulnerable to be able to become healthy human beings. Because when you just hold everything in, you can end up being a sociopath. And
Okay.
you want to be able to be the best version of yourself and love yourself. So yeah, I'm hoping that people could take away from this film of loving themselves, especially as black men.
Right. And I agree with that too. And I know for what I did for this show, when I first had my panels, because I do panels every 3 months. I'm starting to go into doing another panel.
Mhm.
But my first panel was an all men panel, and I did it on purpose. I didn't start with all women. I didn't start with like women and men. I did all men because I'm like, okay, I wanted to hear the men's perspective when it comes to relationships, dating, and mental health, because you don't really hear that a lot. Like you normally hear, like you said, the podcasters that are bashing women or bashing each other, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to do something different. I want 6 men to get together. I'm asking questions and they just be real. And that video, that whole live went viral because people like related and the men related too. And then at the end of it, they was like, you heard us. You a woman and you actually listened to us talk. I said, heck yeah. Because I'm like, I want to listen to everybody. I want to give people a chance to talk it out. And they love the show and then they continue to support the show. So I love those men that was on the show. Shout out every last one of them,
Mhm.
including my editor, Jarvell. He was on that panel as well.
Mhm.
So I love it. That's why I like what you said. Like listening to men and everybody come together as a community. I love that.
Yeah. Because all we got is, I mean, if you look at the political climate and the social climate right now, all we have is us.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's all we all we got is us. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a lot going on like right now. So yeah, we need each other, and we need to continue to stick together, not just like for a trend or
Hmm.
like right now. Because that's one thing I don't like as well either. I haven't spoke my piece about different things that's going on, but one thing is like we get together when something bad happens, and then everybody just like, okay, back to normal.
Hmm.
But you gotta keep supporting each other, keep supporting black-owned businesses. Hello,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
Keep supporting
Yep.
black-owned business. Keep showing up and like be supportive of each other. People be sleeping on us now, but the
Yep.
black dollar is very, very powerful. Okay,
Oh yeah.
it's a lot. So yes, so I saw that you have a quote that you go by, okay? And you said for every obstacle there's a trampoline or a tunnel. I said, come on now.
Hmm.
What life experiences led you to that mindset, and how has the philosophy shaped the way you navigate setbacks in your career and in your personal life?
Uh, I would say for every obstacle there's a trampoline. Yeah, I came up with that when I think I came up with that the same year I came up with my company name. Uh, I believe that if something's truly made for you, there's a way around it.
Mm,
So whenever I've had difficulty with film or even in personal life, um, I've recognized that like things happen for a reason, and there's going to be a way around it. There's going to be a way to be able to get through what you're going through. With film, I mean, I've always been independent. I'm still independent now, even though everything's crowdfunded, everything is self-funded. So I've had to learn how to like, okay, this hasn't been approved. How can we get to this? Or okay, this isn't working. How can we get to this? Or I'm running low on crew for this. Or I'm running low with finding cast members for this. How can I get around this? And it was tough because I remember for a period of time, I think since 2021, I haven't been able to direct, write, or act in any of my own stuff because for some reason things just weren't popping off, or I was try projects, in certain aspects in certain areas, and they just want to work out. And I was frustrated with myself, and I lost a sense of not who I was, but I lost a sense of, am I good at this? And then I realized like I had to. How can I word this? I had to shift myself. I had to move into a different area to be able to be like who I really wanted to be in my area, in my field. So hmm, I'm trying to word this in a way that I have a good PR person and a PR person myself. I was having a lot of frustrations in South Carolina when I tried to make certain things. I was trying to do a lot of experimental films, and a lot of my friends struggle with this as well. But the thing about the art scene in South Carolina is that it's so tough. It's so tough to get your stuff out there, especially if you want to do something that's different. And a lot of people kind of make like
I know exactly what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people make poorly written things, and whenever you present yourself, like I remember this specifically. I made the show called Negro in Color back when I was like right after I graduated from Claflin, and it's just a short synopsis about three people who have a guardian angel, and each season is based on the color. So like we'll go from a stage from a color, so like blue stage to red stage to yellow stage to green stage to black stage, and it's supposed to be 5 seasons. It's 5 seasons.
Okay.
And I remember trying to pitch it to somebody here in South Carolina like years ago because I wanted to redo it, and they said to me like verbatim, "Yeah, I don't know if black people will watch that." So it's sad because we're in an era where black art is being expressed in beautiful ways. We have great directors like A.V. Rockwell, Savannah Leaf, Cord Jefferson. I forgot who the director of who made Sing Sing, but we also have Donald Glover and Issa and Ava DuVernay and obviously Peele and Coogler.
Right.
And it's like I'm watching them do great works, and it's like I want to be able to follow in their footsteps. But it's sad when you're trying to do these experimental or different things or things that are still black, but it's like certain people see your stuff and it's like, oh, it's not quote unquote hood enough in the sense. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm from Kingstree, South Carolina, a small town, but it's like we're more than that. We're more than just our environment. And I try to create art that shows that we're more than just our environment and we have different socioeconomic aspects of ourselves. It was really, really tough leaving South Carolina, but like I do plan to one day go back and do a movie. Like years from now. But it's like I recognize that like the obstacle for myself was I need to make something shift because I don't want to stay in one area for too long and lose myself, or I don't want to stay in one area for too long trying to make it here instead of knowing that God has something greater for me down the line. Yeah. So I like to tell a lot of people, I had to tell one of my mentees this the other day. Sometimes you have to get from your environment to make better decisions for yourself. And sometimes you have to make good decisions for your life and not try to save everyone else. So my obstacle at that time was leaving South Carolina, and my trampoline was luckily SCAD or graduate school, whatever graduate school chose me after I did my auditions. Luckily it was SCAD. So yeah, I truly believe that like if you see something that's in your way, whether you're a creator, whatever, you have to be able to find a way to get around what you're going through. So yeah.
I'll give you 5 seconds to send us an email saying that you want to be a partner with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Yeah, you are definitely right about that. And when I think of that quote, I also think of what's meant for you is meant for you. And what's not will not be for you. And you found a way around it. And yeah, you said it right. You had to leave South Carolina. And sometimes it has to be that way. And that's okay. And then if you do want to come back, it's okay.
It's not even a distance because I do feel like, we've had like Danny, I don't know if you heard of the show Righteous Gemstones, But there's a guy named Danny McBride who's from South Carolina. He went to University of North Carolina, came back, and they did a show that was on HBO called The Righteous Gemstones, and they shot it in Charleston, South Carolina. I think they also shot Outer Banks in South Carolina. I'm trying to remember what movie was also shot in South Carolina. But there are things that can happen, but it's like you have to leave and then come back. You know, you have to leave here, because I do believe for us, especially as African Americans, it's okay to experience different states. It's okay to experience different countries, different cultures, different forms of art. Like I have to watch a couple of French films today, and probably an Italian film before the day is over, to kind of like get an aspect of something that I want to do in the future. You have to be able to get out of your comfort zone if you want to succeed. Like you have to, you know,
Yes.
like if Jordan Peele had just stayed in his hometown, or Quentin Brunson had just stayed in her hometown, they wouldn't be where they wanted to be. So you have to move, you know, something calls for it.
Yeah, I agree with that too. And not only that, like you do not want to be stagnant, and you have to grow. You have to learn something new. So sometimes it do take you to like leave your hometown and or go to different seminars or conferences or whatever the case may be, and get yourself out there and network. Like I say all the time, I love network. So yeah, you have to get yourself out there, and then when you're ready, then now you say, you know what, I can do this. I can get this done. But then also, people need to stop denying people, okay? Because I like the idea of colors and seasons. That would have been a good old show once you come up with it and everything. So yeah, for anybody else out there who feel like y'all keep getting stopped, or people telling you that you shouldn't do this because people won't listen to you, I bet there was so many people like Peel and Kugler who did their movies, and they're like, that sound whack. Like, anybody gonna go to the movie and see somebody run in the field? Or somebody sitting there with a cup in their hand, and they like clinking it, and then they go into like the sunken place.
Yeah.
It didn't even sound right. But it was beautifully done. Or vampires, like black vampires, like attacking each other, whatever. It ended up being successful. But on paper, it probably sounded crazy.
Yeah.
But I know I went to the theater and I enjoyed both. Okay.
Oh yeah, Sinners and Get Out are classics.
Yes. Okay.
Classics.
Now, that other movie that Peel did, I ain't like that too much.
Which one? Nope or
yeah, Nope. I'm like,
oh, I love Nope. Oh no,
oh no, I gotta watch it again, bro.
It was good as Get Out or Us, but it had like the cinematography of it was amazing, and I think Keke Palmer and Dan Kaluuya did a great job as well. But the cinematography in Nope is probably my favorite that Jordan Peele's ever done in any type of movie. Like, it was beautiful.
It was. I see. That's why I say I love the whole cinematography. However, I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if it was like too much weirdness going on. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch it again.
The aliens and everything. Yeah.
Like, nope. No. Watch it again. I have to watch it again because I don't know. The first time I watched, I'm like, I don't know how I like this. So yeah. But looking back at everything that you have done, and even your production company, because I want to know a little bit about that too. What was like the most fun part that you worked on, like a project? Like, what's the best project that you ever worked on?
I think I have to go with the first one, Dying is Easy. And I think what made it so fun, only Doug and Jarrett were the only ones that actually acted beforehand. Everybody else was my friend or random people that went to my college, and I was like, hey, you want to be in this? I'll tell you something. I don't know if Paris is going to watch this, but Paris, who played like my love interest in the show, I remember like I seen her before, and she was sitting like beside a couple of her friends. I just walked up to her. I was like, hey, Paris. She was like, yeah. And I was like, hey, I'm doing the show. You want to be in it? And her friends looked at her like, is this Negro crazy? And she, yeah. I think Dying is Easy will always, no matter how successful I get, Dying is Easy, College is Hard is going to be my favorite project of all time. Because it was from the heart. It was my first, well, I mean, I did the short film the year before, but this is my first show I've ever done. And we all became friends. Like there's people that did not know each other for a long at all. Even though we went to the same college and weren't friends with each other, we ended up going to Walmart together, going to IHOP late at night, going to the movies. Like it was a community that I built, and everybody became brothers and sisters. And I kind of always wanted that feeling whenever I do a production, even when I'm dealing with professional actors now. I've always wanted the feeling of we're in this together and we work together and we're supposed to love each other and we're a community. Yeah, Dying is Easy, College is Hard had to be the most fun because it was also like a lot of guerrilla filming, a lot of like on the go. It was very fun. If I had to say, yeah, I gotta say Dying is Easy, College is Hard. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And you say you have a production company, so tell us like what inspired you to actually do that and start it.
I think because Morris Columbia, you know what's crazy? I forgot what it stands for now. Because I remember I can tell the story now. I was a freshman at Claflin and we went to a party and I was drunk and I came and had a cookout tray on my bed. And I remember going to Google Translations and I typed in something. It was, I don't know if it was overcome your obstacles. I forgot what the original meaning was now, but whatever I typed in, it had to do with something like overcoming your fears or yada yada. And it ended up being Morris Columbia as a translation. And Morris Columbia was originally my rap name because this is 2014. I was a freshman in 2014. But then once I started to like do films and everything, I was like, yeah, this has to be my production name now. And I always wanted to have my own production company. I've always thought of like owning everything I wanted at a young age. And creation is mine. So kind of like how Spike Lee has 40 Acres and a Mule Productions.
Right.
And how, so I wanted to be able to make these things and own them at the same time and say, hey, this comes from me. And I think I'm going to continue to do that no matter what. I know with film, especially doing movies, you're going to need other production companies to help you out, but I still want everything to stay under me.
Okay. I get that. Yeah. I'm the same way. I'm like, yep, put my name on there. Yep, I did that. I need help with this. But yes, so like when it comes to doing movies and directing and everything, do you have an issue with asking for help?
Oh, we talking about my personal life now. Anyway,
Yeah. A swig of water.
I am someone who, because I grew up, I've always been someone that has a trouble with asking for help or the whole thing about I could do this by myself, which has, in a sense, because I've had, I don't know how I could talk about this. I've worked with people in the past or tried to work with other people as co-producers, and they ended up like disappointing me when it was time to get work done. And which led me to like going, well, I have to do this all by myself now, which is not like a healthy thing. We have to admit it's not healthy to try to do everything by yourself. You need a community of people to help you with everything. Yeah, I have troubles with asking for help when it comes to in my personal life. Not really. I have a therapist. I've had a therapist since like 2017. Yeah, I can talk about it. I've had a therapist since like 2017, and like we've been working on the whole like idea of independency and avoiding issues. And the situation with that, which moves into my career, you feel like, okay, well, if no one's going to help me, then I'm just not going to ask for help. Right. Or if no one's going to understand my vision, then I'll just do this by myself, which doesn't work. I'm luckily in a community now where I have a lot of support from my cohort with my fellow classmates in my class and everything with SCAD. And I literally asked them like, hey, I'm looking for this. Like, do you mind? And they'll literally ship me a number to somebody and just be like, call him, email him, do this. So I'm more comfortable now with asking for help because it's like, you need that. I don't believe anybody has been able to do anything by themselves. Right. We like to have this whole idea of I can do this by myself. But that mentality never helps you in the long run. Everybody that's successful that has had help along the line, I think the one thing that we've been pushed to, and it's not just us as Black people, it's the world, and it really is the United States in a sense, because capitalism is hell. But individualism, we're pushed so much to individualism and being able to, because everything's so instant and everything's on our phones. So we
Right.
feel like, okay, I can just tap and find this or tap and find this, that we don't need anybody. But we do. We need human interaction. We need human connection. We need networking. And I was never really the strongest networker because I've always been an introvert. I've always been like to myself. I'm a chill person. I was to myself. But you know, if you want to be successful in life, you're going to have to force yourself to be like, yeah, let me go ask for help. Let me go talk to this person and see what they can do for me and how I can help them or we can help each other. So yeah, I have had trouble asking for help in the past, but I think because I'm in an environment that's more comfortable and feels more safe for me to be able to ask for assistance, I'm able to do so now.
Yeah. And see, that's the important thing. Like you said, a lot of people who are successful had help along the way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was my issue too. I'm like, man, I'm doing everything by myself, bump this. But then I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm a little stressed out now. So I got my editor, he edits everything. And I have my executive advisor, which is my mother. She helped me get my thoughts together. Because baby, help you all over the place. I'm like, I'm gonna do this and that. And she'd be like, okay, one thing at a time. So I completely understand where you're coming from. So yes, it's okay to ask for help. Everybody out there too, it's okay to ask. So my next thing is like 5 years from now, when you're looking back, like what do you want people to remember your name by? What you want people to think of you like? And not only that, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? That's gonna come up now.
Yeah, dang, I'm 29. I'm gonna be 34. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, this year, yeah, You're gonna be 30 this year, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be 30 this year. Oh, don't say that. Oh man,
I just turned 30 May 6th, so baby, it's coming. It's here.
I gotta get prepared, yeah.
It's beautiful on this side.
Yeah. I would have to say 5 years. 5 years from now. I don't want to give too long of an answer. So this is going to be kind of like an answer that's kind of going to go a little left in the sense of like a little all over the place, but I'm gonna bring it back. The movie I talked about, Alex Harmon, I kind of want that. I don't know if it's going to be done in 5 years. Alex Harmon is a movie. I don't know, it's going to sound crazy. Alex Harmon is a movie that's going to be like an $100 million budget, probably. And to be able to do a movie like that, you have to do movies to be able to like build up to get that type of budget. Similar to how Coogler kind of had to do Fruitvale Station and Creed before he was able to get Black Panther. So in 5 years from now, I know for a fact I'll probably have a show done. I know I'll more than likely be in Atlanta because I'm planning to move to Atlanta post grad. Probably this movie called The Samaya Files will be out. It's kind of risque. The Samaya Files is about this college sophomore who attends a HBCU. Her name is Samaya Fulmore. She's a nerd. She's on the Quiz Bowl team. She's an introvert. And she ends up getting fired from her job, and so she has to find a way to make money. So she ends up actually becoming a dominatrix, right?
I had a feeling.
So it's like we're dealing with the film. I'm like halfway done with that film because originally it was a book, but I tried to turn it into a film, and it deals with like sexuality and homophobia and transphobia and like classism and even racism at a HBCU in a sense with white teachers and white professors. And it's not really smut. It's more like Icarus in the sense of like how far can you fly to the sun before you fall, right? So I think, and I know it's crazy to like even say this. I shouldn't be saying this, but like, do you know? I already kind of have an idea of like who I want to star in it. Like, do you remember the show Blackish and the girl that played the daughter, Marsai Martin? She's like 21 now, and I kind of want her to play the main character, and I kind of want to shoot it like in South Carolina as well.
I can see that.
So I think in about 5 years, it's either going to be that that film, or it's going to be Willow Enterprises Incorporated, which is like a mockumentary sitcom about this guy that works at a call center. So I literally have so many scripts and so many ideas. What I want to look back, if I had to look back 5 years from now, 34 looking at 29, I would have to say to myself, yeah, you made a lot of wild decisions. And you went through a lot of trials. You went through a lot of trials. But they were all worth it. And you learned from it. And you got a good story out of it. And you got to create out of it. And you knew to move yourself to a different place to be able to be successful, and I'm proud of you. Yeah.
I love to hear that. And I see the vision. Like everything that you're saying, I can see it happening. He will. Okay. I love it. So do you have any upcoming projects that you're working on?
Yeah, so I have a show called Girlfriend Therapy that I'm doing. So I did a show called Boyfriend Therapy 6 years ago. And it was about 5 guys that go to group therapy together as a comedy. And I remember trying to do the spinoff while I was doing Boyfriend Therapy, but it never was able to come to fruition. But now it's like I have the budget and I have everybody fully cast, and it's going to be Girlfriend Therapy now, about 10 episodes, about 5 women who attend group therapy together. And it's kind of wacky. It's really surreal. We have a dance number in it. I don't know why I wrote that into it, but, it's very creative. And I'm directing it, writing it. Probably going to end up editing it as well. Which, I mean, if that happens, yeah. But I just hate editing so much. God, I hate it. I love the process. I love the process of film. But when it gets to editing, I'm like, damn, I gotta do it. Okay. But Girlfriend Therapy is going to be really fun. I'm also thinking for my thesis project. I did a show called Blacked In 5 years ago, which was about 3 couples who live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and if they can survive for 6 months, they win $50,000 each. And I'm redoing that for my thesis project for SCAD. So like I have to do a thesis project to be able to graduate. So that's going to end up being my thesis project.
Ooh, I love that. And then lastly, give yourself a huge shout out to everyone where they can follow you and follow you.
Follow me on IG, Morris Calumnia. That's MORS CALUMNIA. I'll say it again, MORS CALUMNIA. You can also follow me on Facebook, Aaron J. Nelson. I don't really have a Twitter no more because Twitter is just too wild. Yeah. Twitter is way too wild. Or what? X now. I don't have a Snapchat no more. Because I'm grown. So. But just IG, I'll have everything updated, and we'll also keep updates for the show going there as well.
And I want to thank you so much for coming on Never Gave Denied podcast today.
I appreciate you for having me. This was really fun.
Of course. And remember, yes, life was delayed, but it never gave denied. I'm your host, Annika Laquette, and you just listened to Never Gave Denied podcast with Aaron. Bye, y'all.
See y'all later.
I know you're not going to deny us a subscription. It's a whole new season and you're still playing. Click here to subscribe and click here for more episodes because we want to see you and become undeniable with us. Period.